Okay people, we are going to be checking out today this Redux version of Eliminate's debut album Get Off the Internet, which came out at the beginning of the year. I think I'm right in saying, was it February? An album that I really enjoyed. It will definitely be in my albums of the year list when that comes around. Really varied, lots going on, just a really exciting album pretty much from start to finish. And yeah, here we have a Redux version, which I imagine, correct me if I'm wrong, but what we've got with the tracks here, we've got the main track titles from the original album. Not all the cuts, but some of them in brackets. So I'm thinking that this is going to be some kind of VIP situation. Is that what this is? Like, correct me if I'm wrong in the chat. That's kind of what this looks like. It's just like a refashioning in a way, like an updated version of some of the tracks that we got on the original LP. Just before I start, if you are watching on YouTube, please do drop the video a like and please do subscribe if you haven't already and you enjoy bass music, electronic music, reactions, reviews, all that kind of thing. It costs you nothing and it helps me out a lot. Kicking off now with the project, we have 404 in brackets intro. So he's already melding bits from the original LP, bits from different songs, melodies, vocals. Very 404 vibes, liking that, liking that. Okay, I think this is going to lead in right into the next tune, let's see. There we go. Noting on that introduction, if it is actually, as someone was saying earlier, like a direct follow-on from the end of the album, from the original album, that's really clever. I like that a lot. Just a kind of continuation, kind of carrying on where we left off vibes, which I like. There are a couple of malfunctioning computer kind of touches in there, which is obviously big 404 era vibes. And then all sorts of different parts from different bits of the album kind of stitched together into that introduction, which is clever. Can't remember the exact track titles right now, but the melody, the main melody we got there, the vocal that we got as well, they're just from different parts of the LP being you know, meshed together here for that opening cut. But now we have the second track, that's what I wanted to say, which is Thought Experiment, an evolution or a VIP of Think About It. This is one of the best originals, I think, from the LP, so interested to see what he's going to do here. Whoa, 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 whoa. Very almost a rewind situation there. That was nuts. Enjoyed that. Stop it. That's it. That's the first one. That's the first one. It always boils down to the fact of wanting to hear that again. And I do want to hear that again. That's oh, excuse me. Just tapped that by mistake. Yeah, I definitely want to hear that again. So we're going to rewind on that biatch. Congratulations. You won. Mate, what the fuck? That is insane. I might actually prefer this to the original, not gonna lie. I prefer, it's just that little bit more punchy and that little bit more exact and refined with the idea. Really, really hitting hard and also really intricate and clean with the production. Really nice. Maybe with the original, if I'm remembering correctly, it jumps quite quickly and quite often from one little mini idea to another, but that was like really, really purposeful with that particular little bit that we got. Full pelt with the punch of it and quite a simple idea, but the sounds are all really nicely articulated and the production is really clean, just sounding great and lending enough from the original as well. Really big way to kick the collection into gear. That was a nice second tune, and now we have I'm Already a Waste in brackets Poison Oak. Just looking here, it's a shame there isn't something for SMSOU because that is my favourite. But maybe that track is best left alone. Bigs in the chat, please. Bigs in the chat. Oh. Was this a bit of a housey cut beforehand? Like a speed housey kind of cut from what I remember? Man, I'm remembering some things wrong. This is the thing. Some of the tracks I just don't remember. Ooh. I think I did get mixed up with heart.exe. That is probably what happened there. I'm realizing it's pretty hard listening to these tracks and not knowing whether to just enjoy them for what they are here, or trying quite hard to focus as well on what the original was like, and then that kind of stops and inhibits me from like properly getting into them and enjoying them. So I think for now I'm just going to try and enjoy them as they are. But that one there, really enjoyed the vocal. I thought that dropped into the tune really effectively, even with all the different kinds of heaviness that we got there. Just a nice varied tune, lots of brightness to it. And, you know, I think really those things shouldn't particularly mix, but Eliminate does a good job there of making sure there's a nice blend and chemistry between what is in nature quite a harsh, abrasive vocal, but also, as we've seen with lots of hyperpop leaning stuff in the recent past, that can work quite well. Don't imagine it'll be one of my favourites here, but it's still good. Next up we have My Level, VIP of Ego Trip, which is another that I like quite a bit. Oh, this is what get on, don't get on, Oi! Yeah, this one might be my pick so far. That's Flames. That's Flames. He's leveled up these tunes. He really has leveled up these tunes. Oi, 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 oi. He's killing it.
Kiss my ass and suck my dick, everyone. Strike to claim it. A strike to claim it.
That was maybe my pick so far, just in terms of... I mean, it's probably because I really like the original as well, and I can identify a lot clearer the ways in which it changes and levels up and that kind of thing. That speed house for the first drop is sensational. Very good refashioning of that idea. And then the second drop with that, some of his most insane vocal chopping yet, some of his weirdest and most abstract as well, but still like super clean. And as we all know, that is saying something with Eliminate, because he is one of the vocal chop kings of the recent past when it comes to bass music in general. But yeah, the trap beat supporting it was perfect as well. Really like the energy of that, just kind of pulsating from start to finish, and the most consistently good so far, I think, across the whole tune. Although, of course, the second track, the Think About It VIP, definitely rivals it. But that one is tickling me the most so far. But next up we have Come Closer VIP called Backup. This is the one that trickles down. Mate, is this guy going to have one of the best albums and one of the best EPs of the year? Ooh. I don't think the flow is really quite there with this one. It feels a little bit awkward in the way that it's moving along. I definitely rate the fact that with every one of these originals, I think so far, he's changed the genre. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, in the chat, please do. And that's consistent with this tune as well. But yeah, that flow, nah. Little slowdown, slight slowdown. Ooh. Oh, yeah, okay. ever so slight slowdown into that second drop, and you're like, okay, interesting, yeah, I like that. I like that switch down, not switch up, but switch down, the kind of breakdown into that second drop. Even when it comes in, even with the novelty of that switch down, it still feels a little bit empty, a little bit slow. Does pick up in, you know, quite exciting ways with again, amazing vocal chopping, amazing insertion of sounds, and you know, the way they're firing off in all directions is really impressive. I'm afraid with that tune though, I think the first impression is left by that first drop, which just does feel a bit awkward. The flow's weird, it feels a bit stodgy and stuck, and it feels caught in between, you know, wanting to be really high paced and then actually wanting to like be a little bit more drawn out with the idea. Feels directly in the middle of that, which creates just quite an awkward flow that I couldn't quite get into myself. But yeah, second drop had some sprightly and exciting moments for sure. Next up we have the VIP of More Power, which is called Twisted.
Now take it down.
Wee! Oi, oi, oi. Hey! Hey!
Stop.
Lower.
Someone mentioned Weeble Wobble earlier, and I think it's very relevant in his music again, maybe for the first time in years, you know. His music is so fun. I think he's really leveled up with that debut album and then this project as well. 100%.
Now bring it the fuck out. You wanna holler, motherfuckers, but you twisted.
No, 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 God, no, no, no. Rewind on that, eliminate. Biatch.
You wanna holler, motherfuckers, but you twisted.
Mate, the production is so good. It's so good, and there's so much going on, and it's so quick, so high paced. What the fuck? Absolutely outrageous.
Thanks for listening to my song. I hope you enjoyed your experience. Come back again anytime. Have a nice day.
That's another favourite. Really enjoyed the first drop, enjoyed the switch up for the second drop as well. I'm feeling a bit floored by the quality in the production, the quality of the sound choice, the decision making as well with the ideas and the concepts here, the leveling up of the original tracks, and the way that elements from those original cuts are dropped in as well in completely different formats, the tightness and the compactness of all these tunes, the structures of them, the formats, like none of these are really kind of overstaying their welcome. For the most part, this collection of music is flooring me. Penultimately, we have On My Mind, which is a VIP of Waste My Time, I Don't Wanna Waste My Time. Ooh. Little bit slower with that idea, but a nice flow, as someone was saying. There's so much going on, but it's so clean. Also, got to shout out this project, this collection of music, melodically, musicality wise as well. A lot of it slaps, which is not easy to do, maybe the hardest bit to do, you know. So yeah, this drop and the first drop, maybe just a little bit slow, taking a bit of energy out of the track, out of the collection as well. But maybe you need that. Maybe you need that just to kind of contextualize the faster stuff, which we've got a lot of on this collection, to be fair. Just to put that into perspective a little bit. They're not drops that I'm like, you know, they're not really hitting for me, that first and final drop. But, you know, just to have that as a mood change from a lot of other stuff we've got is a good thing. And then also that That middle drop, by the way, is one of the best on the collection so far. So interesting kind of dynamic going on there between the different bits of heaviness. I like the manipulation of the vocal from the original cut and the evolution of that as well, with new and different lyrics, I think. I mean, they might have been in the original, but I can't completely and fully remember right now. The final cut, which is Escape, a VIP of another favourite of mine from the album, Get Off the Internet. Get off the internet. Ooh, this one's really going to bring the album down. It's really going to tone it down for the final cut here. Oh, it is 404 as well. Very clever, very clever. Ooh. 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 This is maybe the biggest switch up considering the original track of all 8 cuts that we get on this collection, no? I mean, he's definitely doing the thing of like bringing the energy down, you know, bringing the tone down of the whole, not down per se, but like, you know, just making it a bit more reflective as a final cut. This isn't music, this is art. Ooh. Yeah, bringing the pace back in, but also a simple idea, which, ooh. Having a simple idea to close off a project like this when so much of it before has been quite in your face and complex with a lot going on is great. I mean, yeah, we could have a situation here where, like I was saying earlier, we have an artist who has one of the best albums of the year and then one of the best EPs of the year. And it's not even like this is just like a small EP, do you know what I mean? This is a full-blown, sizable collection of music. It's like a big EP. That's what a lot of people would call it. I mean, some people would even call this an album. I don't know if I would go that far with it being 24 minutes and the nature of the thing in itself, with it being, you know, just VIPs of, you know, certain tracks from a given album. But it, you know, it's still really long, and all of these tracks are not just, you know, small alterations here and there or changing a little bit, you know, altering the key of the vocal or something like that. These are all like massive, complete, blockbuster level refashionings of tracks that are in essence entirely different from these iterations of you know, those original tunes. It's mad. This project is mad. The sound usage is insane. Some of the ideas, there's so much going on, but it's still produced really cleanly. Of course, there are a couple of moments and a couple of tracks actually where I think it dips a little bit. It takes a bit of energy out of the collection of music, ideas that just aren't as good, flows that are a little bit awkward, but generally speaking, this is really, you know, fully Eliminate in full flow. Top level experimentation. And you can just, you know, I think sometimes you really, like, it smacks you in the face that someone has self-released something. They haven't got a label above them going, oh, I think you should do this, I think you should do this, I think you should do this. They haven't got someone basically telling them what to do and have them, you know, need to be a kind of reflection or representation of that given label. They can just do whatever they want. A lot of this will have, you know, would have fit with Bass Rush or Disciple or whoever else that Eliminate has produced for in the last few years. I think the experimentation and the creativity, the innovation that we get here goes a level beyond that because of how varied it is. Like, you couldn't really get all of this on one label, I don't think. So yeah, really good project, mightily impressive. It's quite difficult to find too much fault with it, given the project that it is. So yeah, very impressed with this, and again, just looking forward to getting into these tracks again because there's so much going on across the just under 25-minute runtime. There we go, guys. That is my thoughts on the Redux 404 version of Get Off the Internet by Eliminate. That's not me for 6, that one for sure.